Hey guys, Ross here from Biker Talk. I'm just about to take the Royal Enfield Interceptor out for a little ride to get some B-roll for a review we've got coming up, but that's not today's video. A little while ago, I went down to Fraser's at Wollongong to meet up with Pottsy to talk all things Ducati, and in particular about his 900 SS.
I'm Mick. I've been riding for 46 years now. My father was general manager of a car yard that also sold motorcycles. So I worked there from when I was a kid and just got drawn to the bikes. Work most days, but every Sunday, you know, if I can get out and get for a ride, you know, I'll do that. Previous time, younger days and all that sort of stuff where I didn't have responsibilities, just pack the bike up for a month, throw the tent, the sleeping bag on the back, you know, and then go away camping. But these days, it's more just a day runs, work Saturdays, work Mondays, so it's kind of just sneak out and get, you know, as many cases in as you can. I've got a 16 model 1200 Monster, so it's a bike I can just grab out of the shed and take out. All the other bikes are on historic rego, so it's fill out the paperwork and do all that sort of stuff. The 76 SS, I bought that in 1982. So when I was 19, went out and bought the bike. When I jumped on the bike, I was riding it home and I just thought, shit, done my money here, you know, like it was just a cantankerous thing. But 39 years later, still got the bike. It's still my favourite bike. It's got just under 230,000 Ks on it. Unfortunately, I'd have more if I had more time to ride, but it's the thing out of all my bikes, you know, that's the one bike. No matter what, it stays with me. You know, it's you know, if somebody came in and offered me $500,000, I wouldn't sell it. It's a bike that's just part of me. It's pre-compliance, so there's no indicators, no neutral lights, no trip meters, no nothing. It's just two wheels, a motor, tank, and a seat. They were pretty much a race bike with a headlight and a tail light on them. There's a lot more comfortable bikes, but over the years of riding for so many Ks and all that sort of stuff, it's just like an old shoe or something like that. You know, you just fit on it and you just become one with it. Upgrade the electronic ignition on it. I've got a Gianelli 2-in-1 race pipe on it. A lot of people, you know, with Contis and all that sort of stuff, but the Gianellis it just helps with performance and sound and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, that's always going to stay. Well, I've got 11 bikes, you know. Well, you could always have one more. There's so many good bikes, you know. Like, I don't know whether I go to a classic bike or something new that's like with these multi-stratas, you know, like the new things, 170 horsepower, you know, you can ride them, you can do track days on them, you can do big distances on them, you know, they just do everything. So I'd say, you know, as an all-rounder, a bike these days that you can actually use for anything, I'd say probably one of the new V4s. Tassie would have to be there as one of the ultimate. It's a rider's state, you know, between scenery, the roads, the people, everything like that. You know, it's awesome, you know. But there are some good, you know, day stretches of road, you know, down to Bateman's Bay and up the Clyde Mountain, things like that. You know, depending on whether you've got a day, a weekend, or a month to get some riding in. For the last 4.5 years, I've been working for Frasermotorcycles, which is a Ducati dealer and a Harley dealer here down in Wollongong. Just here selling the thing I'm most passionate about. So, you know, you've got your people that will buy a bike, you know, just your commuter and all that sort of stuff. But the Ducati brand and the Harley brand are more about the lifestyle, the ride, the sound, the feelings, the emotions. They're such an emotional bike. You can get some, you know, bikes that are, I suppose, you know, the saying's like vanilla, but with these bikes, you know, they just stir the soul. I went out down to the super bikes, took the new V4 Multistrada, so it was one to showcase it to the guys in the Ducati Owners Club and me as well for product testing. But yeah, just to get the feel of the bike, so that way when somebody comes in, I'm fully knowledgeable about what the bike does. About 7 months after I started here, they had the launch of the V4 Panigale. I was invited by Ducati Australia, Warren Fraser, to actually go with the Australian delegates for the launch of the V4. We spent 4 days in Bologna, where we went to the factory, we went to the museum, and it was great because I was with the Ducati guys and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it was #1 on the bucket list, was ticked off, and luckily thanks to these guys. But to see the V4 and live the life of the rich and the famous, you know, without being rich or famous, it was always a plus. For the last 27 years, I've worked in the motorcycle industry. All my friends ride. When we go to parties, all we talk about is bikes. Days off, we ride motorcycles, and it's something where you find a lot of jobs or a lot of things that it's okay if it's part-time, but when you're living it 24/7, 7 days a week, and you've still got that passion, it's pretty special.
I hope you enjoyed this episode about the 900 SS, and remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can ride a motorcycle, and that's kind of the same thing.